Joining me now are the children of Parvesh Verma, Sanidhi, Prisha and Shivendra. I'll try to talk to them because as far as campaign is concerned, so we have seen all three of them very much taking part in the campaign, supporting their father. First question to Shivendra. Shivendra, last time when I had a word with you, it was Lok Sabha elections back in 2019. You were very small and at that time you predicted that, your father is going to win by 6 lakhs vote. This time around, were you confident? What was the feeling like?
I mean, this time I didn't predict the right number. I thought it was going to be much larger. I had actually predicted 20,000, but a win is a win. And this time, even though everyone was saying that it's a very tough competition, that it's against two giants, that it will be a very difficult competition, it's nearly impossible to win. When we went for door-to-door campaigning, when we actually heard the people's problems, what situation they were in, it was very clear to us that everyone is tired everyone was tired of the previous government. Everyone wanted a new change. Everyone wanted a new leader who would actually listen to their problems, who would not just make promises but also work towards them to fulfill them. And it was just very clear that this time people will have a realization point as to who the right leader is, as to which leader actually wants to benefit them.
What do you think, went in favor of your father? I mean, what specific issue do you think that worked in the favor of your father?
I believe the liquor policy was a major factor because during lockdown, during COVID, when families were grieving the death of their loved ones, when people were going out there distributing masks, distributing oxygen cylinders, Kejriwal ji was implementing a new policy that was destructing households, that was giving one alcohol bottle free for each one that you buy, and that actually just deepened the wounds of the people who already were experiencing deaths, who were suffering during lockdown.
Prisha, if I can ask you, we have seen that how your father, helped women of the constituencies of the New Delhi constituency. In fact, cash was distributed. Some sort of allegations, came from Aam Aadmi Party that how Parvesh Verma is using cash, to just get the votes out of the people. How do you think that your father, worked as far as this whole controversy is concerned, and what do you think that was the idea behind it?
I think Papa had his one aim straight since the start, that he wants to remove Kejriwal from post and win the hearts of the people of New Delhi, and that's what he did. A lot of allegations were thrown, a lot of accusations were thrown. Sometimes the election commission was sent home to do a thorough checking. But nothing was there because nothing was ever there. Those were false accusations, and Papa never thought even to reply to them because he knew what he's doing is right, and someone throwing away such allegations towards him is just a way of him fearing loss. He could sense it since the start, and he was just trying to prevent it and play the victim card as much as he could.
Do you think it was a tough fight, given the fact that we had Sandeep Dixit, who is the son of former Chief Minister of Delhi, Sheila Dixit ji, and then we had the Aam Aadmi Party convener, Arvind Kejriwal. Was it a tough fight, do you think?
The media sure is saying that it was a tough fight, but when the three of us and even my father and my mother worked on ground, everyone really wanted the BJP government to come in Delhi. After 27 years, they wanted to see what the entire country is talking about, what each state is looking at development for, and they wanted a chance at that development, and that's what they'll get this time. And I think it was a very clear-cut victory since the start. We knew what's going to happen, and the result was in our favor.
Sanidhi, you were a part of the campaign. How was the experience? First of all, if I can ask, how was the experience, the overall experience of the campaign?
I think it was very heartbreaking living in the capital of the country. If you're hearing about problems that are affecting people's basic living standards, if people are facing issues such as not having clean water to drink in the heat, the Delhi heat of 50 degrees Celsius, if they're not having electricity, if they're not having educational opportunities or employment opportunities, these are all issues that people would expect maybe in the rural areas. But the fact that these are affecting the New Delhi citizens was truly heartbreaking, was truly heart-wrenching. And I feel like that further fueled the fire that we had in our hearts in regards to bringing about change. And for the past 2 months, I think that's what's been, sort of pushing us, the betterment of the people, wanting to bring a change about which, to what we consider our family. I mean, we've grown up in this area, we've grown up in New Delhi, and so to sort of alleviate their pains, reduce their sufferings, that's been at the top of our minds, and I think that's pretty much going to be at the top of our minds for the next 5 years.
The mandate is in favor of BJP, and BJP is definitely going to form government here in the National Capital Territory of Delhi. Do you think that your father would be the apt choice for the CM position, CM chair?
If I'm being completely honest, my dad for the past 20 years, I think, the majority of his political career, the guidance that he has received has been under the BJP party. Whatever the leadership has asked him to do, he has done it, and he's done it well. So whatever they have in mind in regards to what he is to hold, we will accept it, and we will accept it very happily, and we will work on it for the next 5 years. As for the chief minister race, you're asking the wrong people. I think the right people are the people who have formed the government. At the helm, you have our Prime Minister, Mr. Modi ji, you have JP Nadda ji, you have Amit Shah ji. So I think those will be the right people who will answer these questions. I think right now, this might be a little biased crowd for you.
All right. Since you were a part of the campaign, of course, he's your father. But then you know the best as to which position will suit him. If not chief minister, then what else?
I think being an MLA in New Delhi suits him better than any other position can. I think they had a reason when they did not give him a Lok Sabha ticket from West Delhi, and I think the reason might have been that New Delhi has been suffering under Mr. Arvind Kejriwal for the past 11 years, and that suffering has to be alleviated. And I feel that is such an urgent pain that the party, takes a step-by-step decision, and their first decision was that he should hold the position as an MLA candidate, and he has won the election. So I think that is pretty much, again, what has been the focus for the past 2 months and what's going to be the focus for the next 5 years.
Prisha, if I can ask you, I mean, since all of you were a very part of the campaign, are you also going to, help him implementing the ideas, that he put forward as far as, people of New Delhi constituency are concerned? Are you going to work, along with him to implement those ideas?
Of course, it's always been a family effort. If I can go campaign, make promises to them, I also have to ensure that my father completes and fulfills all their promises. And I have made quite a lot of promises, so I have to make sure that Papa leaves no stone unturned to complete all their promises, leave no excuses, gives no excuses, does not lie to them, and at the least gives them all that they deserve.
Last question to you, Shivendra. We know that how, when ticket distribution was happening, Parvesh Verma was not given ticket for the Lok Sabha. Were you disappointed at that time that, my father won with the biggest margin and, still he is denied for the ticket?
At first thought, yes, it was a little disappointing, but deep down in our hearts, we knew that it was all for a reason. We knew that the party had a lot of thinking behind that. They had a lot of discussions behind that, and like always, we're always fine with what the party chooses for us.
All right. The children of Parvesh Verma clearly confident enough, and in fact they were saying throughout the campaign that their father is going to win. And today, when Parvesh Verma has in fact won from the New Delhi constituency, these children are saying that now further they are also going to help their father in implementing what was promised for New Delhi constituency.